Tasmania is an Australian island 150 miles south of the continent. U.S. Wellness Meats continues its tradition of excellence in raising the finest quality 100% grass-fed beef and has partnered with some of the world's finest beef producers on the island of Tasmania, Australia, to bring you only the best. Tasmania is promoted as the natural state, the island of inspiration. Known for its large and relatively unspoiled natural environment, more than 40% of the island is protected as national parks and reserves. Roughly the size of West Virginia, Tasmania is home to approximately 500,000 people and features 5 diverse regions to explore, more than 1,000 mountain peaks, rich fertile soils, a utopian climate for grass-fed beef production, and a very relaxed local culture. Life is good in Tasmania.
Tasmania is a unique part of the world. We have the cleanest air in the world here. We grow clean, good quality grass, which makes clean, good quality beef.
And that's why I love living here, and you've got the no pollution, no planes flying over, it's very clean.
We don't get the frosts and we don't get the extreme heats. You know, just a minor frost that's gone at 9 o'clock in the morning is as bad as we get in the winter. This is as hot as it gets here. It's 25 degrees Celsius.
We don't have the extremes that other areas have, and the animals therefore don't have the extreme stop-start in their growth patterns. They're on a consistent plane of nutrition.
Generally, we don't have much trouble growing grass here. We grow it all year round, so we can usually get a steer off in 12 months and a heifer maybe 8 or 9 months.
There's always fresh grass growing. It's not stored and we don't have to put them into feedlots.
Cattle really perform well in this environment. In fact, it's one of the best environments to produce grass-fed beef in the world that I know of.
Tasmania is home to some of the cleanest air in the world, is the ideal climate for year-round grazing on cool season forages, and is completely free of genetically modified foods. The cattle raised in this environment experience all natural rapid growth, better health, and an excellent quality of life.
And we handle our cattle naturally. We loaded cattle this morning and they almost just walked onto the truck because they're used to being handled gently.
You've got to keep the cattle happy. When we shift them, they go to a paddock, go under the gate and call them, and they just come. That's how you want it. They're not stirred up, they're not scared of you, they're happy, and that's what we've got to do. We want happy cattle.
They know as soon as they see me on my four-wheeler, they know that they're going to get fresh feed, so they just wander across and through the gate and go back grazing.
Very happy cows.
Well, they should be.
Yep.
H.W. Greenham Sons Tasmania is a world-class meat processing facility and exporter located on the island of Tasmania in Australia. Many consider Greenham years ahead of other processing facilities, and that's because Greenham takes great pride in their work and hire local workers who share that pride. Greenham facilities are state-of-the-art, clean, and on the cutting edge of meat processing technologies.
I'm very, very impressed with what Greenham's has done with the ability to grade these carcasses. They're 10 years ahead of the rest of the world. They're able to measure so many more things than what the US does measure.
Yeah, we're doing lots of different grading results. We're doing pump height, we're doing ossification, we're also doing marbling, meat colour, fat colour. We're also doing pH of the meat, temperature and fat distribution. We put all these results into a computer system, and out comes an eating quality result.
The facility is treated more like a surgical area than a meat processing plant. Here, carcasses do not hang for days. In fact, most animals are broken into primals within 30 hours. The primals are blast chilled to keep the product's quality consistent, and the carcasses are never sprayed with a lactic acid rinse. Selection for the Greenham Tasmania Natural Beef label is based on very strict criteria. It's no accident that beef that carries this label is consistently in the top 4 of 18 MSA grades. But just what is an MSA grade? MSA stands for Meat Standards Australia, and is an extremely thorough grading process that is years ahead of its time in world meat grading.
The MSA model has been perfected over the last 15 years. It's actually done off raw data on what people like about beef as far as tenderness, overall eating quality, likability, and also flavour.
This is the feedback sheet from MSA, from the Meat Stands Australia. This is a lot that we had done only a week ago. Users like Paul and myself and all the people you've met today get this feedback every time, and it allows us to do a whole lot of different things.
With the MSA program, now that that's being more widely used and understood, it's a guarantee of eating quality that we've never had before. You know, in the past, inconsistency was always the problem with grass-fed beef.
Now with this MSA grading, that you can be sure that if you buy the beef today or tomorrow or next week, if it's got the MSA stamp on it, the quality will be good.
It's a much better system than what we had before, which was just basically simply on meat colour and marbling.
The grading system was developed with the input of 86,000 consumers who tasted over 603,000 beef samples and identified the key factors that impact eating quality. Each beef carcass is graded on the following: carcass weight, hump height, measured to obtain the tropical breed content, hanging method, marbling, rib fat, meat color, fat color, eye muscle area, measured in square centimeters, ossification, measured to determine carcass maturity, pH, measured and must be below 5.71, temperature, measured and should be below 12 degrees Celsius.
Our carcasses down here in Tasmania, we are on the highest end of the scale in grass-fed for the MSA grading. We have got very, very high rainfall, which is very good for fodder production. So we can actually get very good, very low ossification scores. So the higher the ossification, the older the animal, the harder the time the animal's had over its life. So if an animal's had good pasture all its life, it then grows quickly and it's more tender meat and more juicy meat as well.
The MSA grading system is among the best, if not the best in the world, to determine meat quality.
You've actually won the contest here today.
Yeah, we had a good result.
This is grass-fed beef at the very, very best.
Yeah, well, both the carcasses we entered in the competition have performed fairly well. It reflects a couple of really exceptional seasons and good grass management. The fat colour's quite light, and this will make an excellent piece of meat.
The combination of Tasmania 100% grass-fed beef, the high standards of the MSA grading system, and the world-class Greenham processing facility make for some of the best beef in the world, bar none.
We invite the customers to come down and see our production systems, come to the properties, and go through with people like John to see what it costs to raise the animals, and the way that we grow them is a little bit more expensive and takes a little bit more time than grain feeding, but we think we get a better product and a more flavoursome product.
Greenham Tasmania natural beef is 100% grass-fed beef that comes from local farmers and is free of hormones, antibiotics, and GMOs. This beef is rich in nutrients your body needs, such as omega-3 fatty acids, CLA, vitamin A, vitamin E, and branched-chain amino acids.
There are only a small number of areas that have the fertility, the rainfall and the environment to produce high quality grass-fed beef. We're supplying high quality beef to a lot of people all over the world, so it's very rewarding.